His wife left him and their 3 kids for another man. 15 years later, she knocked on their door. This isn't a story about a villain. It's a story about a choice. A choice made in a moment of selfishness that ripped 4 lives apart. And then, 15 years later, brought them all back to a single, terrifying crossroads. 15 years ago, Ethan Smith had the American dream. He had a modest home, a job he didn't hate, and a family he adored. His life revolved around Clara, his wife, and their 3 small children, Sam, age 10, Maya, age 7, and the little fireball, Lily, age 4. Ethan was the steady anchor. He was the provider. But Clara was restless. She saw the anchor as a chain. Ethan fixing a leaky faucet. Clara scrolling endlessly on her phone, looking slightly detached. The kids piling onto Ethan. She was looking for an excitement that a minivan and a mortgage just couldn't deliver. And eventually, she found it. In the form of Mark, a colleague, or maybe an old flame. Someone who promised her a life with more sparkle and fewer scraped knees. Ethan comes home, coat over his shoulder. He notices the kitchen counter is too clean. A simple, folded note and a wedding ring are placed next to the coffee maker. The evening of July 14th was supposed to be like any other. Ethan was tired. He'd worked late, saving for Maya's braces. But when he saw the counter, the exhaustion vanished, replaced by a cold, hollow shock. Ethan, internal monologue, whispered, "No, not a joke." Ethan picks up the note. The camera focuses on the handwriting. He slowly reads the words. Clara, voiceover, cold, detached. "I can't do this anymore, Ethan. This life isn't mine. I need to find out who I am. I love you, but I need to be happy. Don't try to find me. Tell the kids. Tell them. I just needed to go away for a while." Ethan slowly lowers himself into a chair. He stares at the ring. Sam, age 10, creeps in. Sam, quietly. "Dad, where's Mom?" Ethan takes a shaky breath, forces a weak smile. Hugging Sam tight. Mom had to go on a trip, buddy. A long trip." The silence was the loudest part. That first week, Ethan didn't cry. He was too busy learning how to braid hair, figure out Lily's favorite juice, and operate the washing machine. His grief was buried under the fierce, primal instinct to protect his 3 fragile children. Ethan struggling to tie a bow. Burnt dinner. Ethan and Sam huddled over a book, late at night. He never badmouthed Clara. He swallowed the bitterness. He protected them from the adult pain, allowing them to cling to the sanitized fantasy that Mom was on a trip. But for Sam, the oldest, the look in his father's eyes was enough. He understood. Their world had been cleaved in 2. Ethan stopped trying to fill Clara's space. That was impossible. Instead, he did something far more powerful. He just expanded his own. The next decade was a blur of early mornings and late nights. He worked 2 jobs. He was the homework tutor, the bedtime storyteller, the nurse for scraped knees, and the fiercest protector at parent-teacher conferences. Ethan, looking exhausted but proud, helped Sam with a science fair project. Amaya, in a bright dress, doing a dance recital. Ethan is awkwardly holding a camera, but beaming. A Lily, small, clutching Ethan's hand at her first day of kindergarten. Ethan reading 3 different books simultaneously, tucked into a rocking chair. Ethan, I learned that resilience isn't about being tough. It's about being present. Every single day. I couldn't control the past, but I could control the breakfast, the lullaby, and the simple fact that when they needed me, I was there. They didn't just survive. They thrived. The 3 siblings developed an unspoken, fierce loyalty to each other. They became their own unit, anchored by their father's quiet, steady love. 15 years is a long time. It's enough time to forget the pain. Or at least, bury it under 15 layers of unconditional love. Sam grew into a thoughtful, grounded young man. Maya was independent and driven. And Lily, who barely remembered her mother, was the light that had never dimmed. Ethan was no longer a broken man. He was a whole man, defined by his success as a father. Sam, to Maya and Lily, laughing, while they clean the kitchen. Dad still makes that terrible chili, but at least he hasn't forgotten how to pay the bills. Maya, it's our tradition now. Bad chili and family movie night. That's better than anything. Life was settled. Peace had been earned. And then, one Tuesday evening, the past came knocking. Ethan is on the sofa, watching TV. The doorbell rings, unexpectedly. He checks his watch. He walks to the door, slightly annoyed. Ethan, muttering to himself. Who is it? I didn't order anything. POV through the peephole. The figure is obscured, then steps slightly into the porch light. It's Clara. She is older, tired, dressed in simple clothes. She is visibly nervous. His body froze. 15 years of bitterness, of hard work, of sleepless nights, rushed back into his chest. It was like seeing a ghost who hadn't aged quite as well as you'd hoped. Ethan, he opens the door an inch, his voice a low, cold rasp. What do you want, Clara? Clara, softly, barely a whisper. Ethan, I didn't know if you'd even look. Ethan, I'm looking. The kids are inside. You have 30 seconds. Clara, I drove past here 3 times a week for the last year. I've seen them, from a distance. They are so grown. You did it. You raised them. And they look happy. Ethan scoffs. Happy? You're surprised? We had to be. We didn't have a choice. You made sure of that. What happened to Mark? Did the sparkle fade? Clara, looking down, defeated. Mark. That life. It fell apart. It was a lie, I told myself. It was the thrill of leaving, Ethan. Not the joy of arriving. I ended up just as empty, only completely alone. Ethan. And you came here for a refill? A little nostalgia? Clara. No, she looks up, tears welling. I came here because I owe them. I owe them an explanation, or maybe just a look. I need to see them, Ethan. Just to say I'm sorry. I have to know they're okay. Ethan, his voice cracks with old pain. They are more than okay. They are strong. They are whole. And they got that way because the man you left stepped up. You think you can just press the rewind button on 15 years of pain? No. You don't get to disrupt their peace. Ethan shuts the door firmly. The sound echoes. He leans his head against the wood, breathing heavily. He hasn't won. He's just survived another moment. Ethan's sitting alone at the kitchen table, late at night. He is holding the old, repaired family photo. The mood is philosophical. Bitterness is easy. It keeps you warm. But it also burns the bridges the children might need later. This wasn't about Ethan's pain anymore. It was about their history. The next morning, Ethan sits the 3 adult children down. He tells them, clearly and honestly, about the previous night. Ethan, she just wants to see you. I told her no. But this is your life. I'm giving you the choice I never had. Sam, the oldest, firm. I don't want to see her, Dad. I remember you trying to figure out how to make a macaroni casserole. Why now? She doesn't deserve our time. Maya, more measured. I'm curious. I don't hate her, but I don't know her. Is she looking for money? Lily, the youngest, quiet. I only know what you told me. I want to look into her face and see if she regrets choosing Mark over me. They were all wounded, but 15 years of stable love had given them something Clara lacked, empathy. They agreed to a meeting, not for her sake, but for their own closure. A neutral setting. Clara is waiting on a park bench. She looks small and alone. The 3 siblings approach. With Ethan watching from a distance, he will not participate. Clara, eyes already wet, standing up. You're so beautiful. All of you. She struggles to find the words. I am so sorry. There is no excuse. I was selfish. I thought I was missing out on something. And I was too immature, too weak, to see what I already had. I chose an illusion over reality. I missed your entire lives, and that is a debt I can never repay. Sam looks her dead in the eye. We are fine, Clara. Dad made sure of that. We needed a mom, and you quit. We just came here so you could see that we didn't break. Lily, walks forward, hesitant. Did you ever miss my birthday? Clara tears fall. Every single one. Maya steps in, offering a small, sad hug. It's okay. We forgive you. But our family is the four of us. We are complete. Clara tears fall. Every single one. Maya steps in, offering a small, sad hug. It's okay. We forgive you. But our family is the four of us. We are complete. The interaction is brief, awkward, and sad. There is no magic reconciliation. The kids turn and walk back towards Ethan. Clara remains on the bench, watching them go. Ethan meets the kids. They don't need to speak. They exchange a look of relief and quiet victory. Transition to the family home, comfortable and warm. Clara knocked on the door and found not a broken family, but a complete one. The only way forward for them was forgiveness. Not for her sake, but for their own. The door to their past was open, but the door to their future was still protected. Ethan and the kids laughing together over dinner. There are two great lessons in this story. 1. The illusion of happiness. Clara chased the idea that happiness is always found out there, in the next job, the next person, the next city. She ran away from a difficult life and found that the life she built was empty. Happiness is not found in running. It is found in staying, in building, and in committing to the people who need you. 2. The power of presence. Ethan's greatest victory was showing up every single day. That is the true measure of love and success. His love was not dramatic. It was steady. He didn't just survive the storm. He taught his children how to build a stronger ship. We all have choices. Do we chase the sparkle, or do we nurture the flame we already have? Ethan chose the latter. He lost a wife, but he gained 3 unbreakable allies and a life filled with purpose. When you finally let go of bitterness, you gain back all the space you need for a beautiful, fulfilling future. If this story of choice and commitment resonated with you, hit like and subscribe for more stories of quiet heroism. What does family mean to you? Let me know in the comments below.